All right. Who are you?
My name's Andrew Miller. I'm from Washington, D.C. I'm 20 years old, and my favorite thing to do is go fishing, play basketball, and hang out with friends. How about you?
My name is Jake, and mostly I just like to travel and do gymnastics when I was younger. Wish I could do it still now. But yeah, I was adopted too, so what about you?
Yeah, I was adopted as well. I was adopted from Russia, Northern Hemisphere, the Murmansk area in the Donetsk region, up in the northern part near Norway. It was definitely a big adjustment coming here to the U.S. How about you?
I was adopted from Vietnam. It was a very poor country to live in, but I'm glad that I got adopted, and I love my parents, and yeah.
Okay, yeah. It was definitely a struggle for me coming here because I didn't really know what life would be like coming from my original region where
Yeah.
would have lived my whole life, coming here and just seeing the new scenery, learning the language. That was probably the toughest part for me.
Okay.
How about you?
Well, I came here when I was 6 years old, so I came a little bit late, but it was all right to adjust, but again, it was hard to do so.
What is your favorite things to do?
To do, I just like to go hiking. That's pretty much it, yeah. Like anything outside is my thing. What about you?
Yeah, I like the outdoors as well. Fishing's always been my passion. Basketball, I've been playing basketball my whole life. Baseball, I played baseball in high school, varsity team. Made it to a lot of different tournaments around the United States in baseball and in basketball, but more in baseball. In the summer times, I work on a fishing boat up in Montauk, New York.
That's cool.
Tell me, what do you do for work?
For work, last summer I did a busing job at Harvest Seasonal Grill. It was an alright job, but I got paid really well there. But hopefully next summer I go somewhere on an island. It's kind of my dream job to do on an island. So
Okay,
hopefully I can get it.
So you like water? I'm hearing.
Yeah,
Okay.
clear water specifically.
Okay.
So,
Well, everyone likes clear water, right?
oh yeah, obviously.
Good. What do you like to do? Like, if you go on an island and you're working there, what would your like every day besides doing work? What would you do on that island, like for fun?
Probably do like jet ski or surfing. Surfing will be like a dream thing to do because I always want to surf, but it's what it is.
Okay.
What about you? Like,
Yeah. I have a house in New York. Where I been working on a fishing boat for 2 years. This is gonna be my third year working on it. It's definitely a mental game when you're on the boat. It's not for everybody. I definitely find it difficult when you're out for an extended period of time because it's all a mind game. By the third day you're out there, and it's just you are tired, you're sore, you want to go home, but you know that you're doing this for a purpose, you're doing this for a reason, and it's just once you get in the rhythm of doing it for a couple of weeks after being away for the winter time and not being on the boat for that long, you definitely have to get back in the rhythm of things, know what to do, when to do it, So it's definitely like, if you're not like comfortable with like getting back in the rhythm of being on a boat for like a weeks on end, it definitely is like a mind game, and you're definitely if you're not prepared and you're not ready for what's like gonna come ahead, you're definitely gonna be losing your mind, and it's not gonna be a good experience.
Now, like, how far do you go out with a fishing boat?
Yeah, we go. Furthest we went was 250 miles. It was definitely cool because on a map, which you're not really supposed to do, you're not supposed to look at your location, but I did it. I was right on the border of Canada and the U.S., so which was cool because you'd know you're on the border because you'd see a lot of the border patrol like boats going back and forth, and you have to like station yourself on the correct side. Like you can't be on the Canadian side, of course, but it's the positioning of where you are out there is just great. Like, I do night watches. I start my night watches at like midnight, and I'm going until 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. And it's just like by like 4 a.m. when the sun's just coming up, or like you get that first like sliver of light, like that just makes it all like possible, because it's like you don't get that when you're on land. Like it's peaceful, everyone's sleeping, you're in the wheelhouse, you're doing like just hanging out, doing what you do to keep yourself awake. And once you see that first sliver of light in the morning, it's the best sight you can ever imagine. That's why I like being out there, because it's like you don't see anything for miles and miles, so you kind of feel like you're in the middle of nowhere, which you practically are.
Yeah. So now, like, what type of fish do you like catch?
Yeah, so we go for tuna, tilefish, swordfish, shark, mahi-mahi, a lot of bottom fish. So like we'll go for fluke, aka flounder. A lot of deep fish. We'll go for cod, pollock, haddock. Especially on those trips when we're going down deep. But a lot of the trips are private charters where people will come out in like a group of 25, and they'll specifically target one species. That would be for like tilefish. So people will specifically book for tilefish. But if they want to do something else while on the trip, we'll accommodate their ideas, and we'll try to like get what they want in a timely manner, so we can do everything they would like to do in the days that they have while on the boat. This summer we did 3 private charters, and one guy was asking us, he specifically came up to me and he goes, "Hey, can we start going for mahi-mahi?" And I told him, I'm like, that's a good idea. I think we could probably get to that at a time. We're the head of the group that you're with, who scheduled the charter, is actually thinking about doing sword fishing tonight. So I think tonight we're going to do sword fishing, and then maybe tomorrow we can accommodate what you would like to do. I'll talk to the head of the operation, and we can see what we can accommodate with you guys to make your trip more enjoyable. So that's kind of like what we go through with these private charters. we also do just charters in general, just very just for fun. Like we'll have scheduled trips for people on our site that anybody can go on. Those are less, of course, than the private charters, but it's definitely different vibe, different crowd of people going on the private than it is going on the everyday people coming out for offshore. But it definitely gets your head turning when you're coming off a regular trip than a private charter, because it's a whole different, you know, the private charter people a lot better than you know, of course, the regular people that you don't really know, who are coming on for maybe the first time or maybe the second time. You know them from like last year or the year before. But I love my favorite charters are the private, because you know everybody from previous years. Like a lot of the newer, the regulars will come out on those trips, and it's kind of like a reunion every year, because you don't see them for a majority of the year, and then they come back on, and you're like, it's like the first night's a whole big party, because we're just steaming the whole night, and we leave at noon on those trips, so we steam until like 7 a.m. the next morning, and it's just a good time, you know. It's definitely a different vibe. People are nice. A lot of people bring food, so our galley guy doesn't have to cook. It's just a whole big party. So yeah.
That's nice. So like, how many fish do you catch then?
It depends. If we have 25 guys on the boat, it really depends on the day. But if we have 25 guys on the boat and we really hit the fish hard, we'll probably get 800 in a day. It's a lot of fish to clean at the end of the day. We don't start cutting fish until like 4 in the afternoon, even earlier sometimes if need be. And we don't finish until like 11:30 at night, because it's just, we got to clean everyone's fish, and people have multiple coolers and they want multiple things done with their fish in the processing. Some people may want different instructions on how we should process the fish and clean it. And then after that, we got to clean the boat, and that's another aspect of the job, is the maintenance of the boat, maintaining everything, make sure everything's up to par with running the boat, everything like that. But other than that, it's just a lot of manual labor and a lot of cutting and not a lot of sleep. So, yeah.
Well, all of these things sound so nice, and it was lovely to meet you, Andrew.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.